The verse in question, the preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord, while deceptively simple in syntactic structure, presents a dual-layered ontological affirmation that, when parsed correctly, negates the deterministic architecture presumed by Calvinistic doctrine. To presume, as Calvinism does, that the presence of divine contribution necessitates unilateral divine causation is to commit an ontological category error, confusing participation with predetermination, emergence with imposition, and presence with puppet strings. The Hebrew vav conjunction, rendered faithfully as and, denotes coherence, not conflict, conjunction, not contradiction. It joins human volitional engagement, ma'arkeleb, the interior ordering of intent, with the emergent utterance, ma'ane lezon, the response, that arises not by override, but by resonance with the immanent divine presence. To suppose that this structure implies divine override, i.e. monergistic determinism wherein the subject possesses no agency, is to conflate responsive emergence with authorial control, a conflation akin to mistaking the laws of harmony for the will of the composer in real time. It must be understood prior to all ontological excursions and semantic reductions that the animating source does not operate extrinsically as a distant manipulator of mechanized components, but intrinsically as the very ground and motion of being itself. In him we live and move and have our being, not as marionettes suspended from a transcendent throne, but as living intelligences moved from within by the pneuma, that is the candle of the Lord. This inner illumination, the true light which lighteth every man, does not stand aloof from the individual soul, but permeates it, energizes it, wills within it. The mystery long hidden, yet now disclosed, is Christ in you, not Christ over you. And where he is truly present, he is all and in all. Any interpretive schema that attempts to externalize this presence into a domain of remote decrees has by necessity already misread the nature of both the text and the reality to which it points. The architecture of wisdom literature is not propositional machinery, but processual disclosure. What is rendered as "from the Lord" does not imply exclusive authorship, but rather source field participation. The utterance proceeds from the Lord, as breath proceeds from lungs, not because the lungs dictated the word, but because they enabled its expression. Calvinism, with its preoccupation for decrees and exhaustive foreordination, represents a philosophical regression, one that seeks solace in closure and predictability rather than engaging with the terrifying beauty of open ontological participation. It demands that God be not only the first mover, but the only mover, stripping creation of genuine emergence and flattening agency into obedience. This is not what the text affirms. The text affirms a participatory flow, a convergent unfolding, an interwoven process, an attuned correspondence, where the heart arranges, the tongue responds, and the divine participates through non-coercive actualization, not mechanistic scripting. What emerges is not a fixed output from a deterministic system, but a field event where divine presence intersects with human orientation to bring forth an articulation that is both human and transcendent. Thus, to read Proverbs 16:1 as an endorsement of meticulous determinism is to commit the ultimate linguistic violence, to reify poetry into programming and presence into algorithmic inevitability. In short, to overwrite a symphony with a looped signal. And that is a categorical misinterpretation.